but this legislation gives us a direction that's going to be part of that overall clean energy strategy that the state of Rhode Island is leading the country on.
How many jobs is this going to create?
I think that's going to we don't know the estimate of it.
Hundreds?
Let's find hundreds. I think there's going to be thousands of jobs that are going to be created by an all-in effort that our budget projects in terms of like the South Key project in East Providence, right? That's going to be thousands of jobs that are going to be in the construction stage of it. But then what about all the, not just on site, but what about the related transportation that's coming in through the oceans, and then the maintenance efforts that are going to be on the offshore wind. That's what the collaboration was when I mentioned about our meeting with the president last week, with his cabinet members, with multiple governors along the East Coast, talking about how important we are to that overall goal that the president shares with the state of Rhode Island, which is 100% renewable and efficiencies, lowering the carbon gases, and really working really hard to achieve that. And like I said, we're intersecting right now. All the work that's been done on the environment, all the work that we need to make sure that we're positioned to continue to be second in the country on economic recovery, it's intersected in a way, as I mentioned in my State of the State address. And now, like I said, I think you're seeing what I was talking about now come to reality.
And sorry, just one off-topic question, just regarding the National Grid report showing that the company was intentionally charging people more money for electricity. Just your opinion on that, and if you've read the report.
I haven't read the report, but I do know a lot about it because I've been calling for a strategy on the energy efficiency account, which we have about $150 million that the ratepayers contribute to that, and we estimated around $40 to $42 million of the funds actually went directly in some way, shape, or form to the National Grid. So it doesn't surprise me that we would have some sort of oversight on that. We've asked for two things the last 2 years since I've been governor. One is to take the funds that were allocated for doing a good job that went directly to the shareholders, to allocate those to the use on the EC4 committee, right, that is charged with creating a plan and then executing that plan. That's $5 to $6 million. We asked for it again in this budget this year. It didn't happen, and we still, these things take time, right? And then we also asked for this, which we've done on multiple things. We asked for a procurement process that opens up the bidding process to manage that fund and open that up to anyone that wants to manage that fund, and then we can set criteria about that. But those two things should happen. You shouldn't have an exclusive right to manage taxpayers' dollars or ratepayers' dollars every single year without competing for it. So compete for it, take some of the funds that are going directly to the shareholders, put it to the EC4 committee so that we can actually have the funds to do the work that we need to do and that we're committed to do.
We can do one more question, guys, if anyone has anything else.
Thank you.
Governor, it's been a
Thank
week.
you for asking that question, by the way. I've been asking that for quite a long time.
Governor, it's been about a week now since the Supreme Court's landmark decision on the Second Amendment. The lawsuits are being worked on. There's real question about some of the constitutional issues surrounding the most recent legislation. What is the administration doing to either internally to discuss it or to come up with a plan to react to the Supreme Court's decision?
Well, the Attorney General's office is reviewing, the bills that I've signed to determine what that means in terms of in relationship to the Supreme Court decision. We've been internally talking about, which we did as a mayor and that type of thing, some sort of strategy on the buyback strategy, for the what do we call those things?
Magazines.
The magazines, yeah. So we'll for the bullets, right, that we want to take off the street. So we'll respond. We'll have the Attorney General take a look at that, and we'll see where we are relative to the legal side of the thing. But we're going to continue to move ahead and enforce the legislation that I passed. And like I said, we'll have some sort of a buyback strategy or some strategy where we're going to have a number of people that are going to want to return and abide by the bill that I signed. And we're going to want to make sure that we incentivize those, just like we have done in other cases with gun buyback. So we'll see how that goes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.